everyone, and welcome to this special video that I'm making about Assassin's Creed the movie. Yes, I went at midnight with all of the people in the office, Sans, Fasiani, Strippin, and Duger, and we all went to go see Assassin's Creed in glorious 3D. And this review, I don't want to call it a review, because I'm not reviewing movies. I'm not gonna be doing like the dibbling and the dabbling of different genres of stuff. I'm mostly video games. I'm always video games, but I have a very extensive background in film and film analysis, and movies are my hobby, and they're like my side passion, if you will. And so I get pretty critical when it comes to films. I like a lot of bad movies. I hate a lot of good movies. So take this with a grain of salt, but this is what I interpreted from the movie Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed was 2 hours long. 2 hours is a long time to tell a story, and surprisingly, where they went with everything about this film, they did not do a good job with pacing or really setting up anything. In regards to plot, it's essentially almost a one-for-one copy of Assassin's Creed 1, with the exception of Altair being a character, Desmond being a character, and the era being, instead of it being the, not the Holy Wars, but Jerusalem, back in the day, the Crusades, it was more about the Spanish Inquisition. And when I say the Spanish Inquisition, it's not even about the Spanish Inquisition. Michael Fassbender plays a character that's never been involved in the franchise at all, and his name is Cal. And this character has a very weird upbringing. I guess the whole thing is, by the way, spoilers of the movie. I'm going to talk about as much as I can. So Cal is a young boy. He starts out as a young boy, and he essentially comes home one day, and his father kills his mother. And his father is wearing an assassin robe, and he stabbed his mom with the assassin blade, and he doesn't know what's going on. And so then these people come, and they take away his dad and his mom, and essentially the people who come and take them are the Templars. But prior to this, we got a little intro. The first scene you see in the film is the character Aguilar, who is Cal's counterpart in the Spanish Inquisition. And it starts out with him being initiated into the Assassin's Guild. They also have a shot of a soaring eagle take place as they're transitioning the entire film, and it's very bizarre. There's no need to follow the eagle the whole time. In Assassin's Creed, the eagle acts as a way of going to the next viewpoint, symbolically, I guess, but it's not that important in the games, and they made this eagle the most important aspect of the transitioning of the film. We spent a lot of time. I'm pretty sure we spent more time on the eagle than with Michael Fassbender. I'm not kidding. I think that's a real thing. So fast forward to the present day, and Cal, Michael Fassbender's character, is an older gentleman who's being put to death. And before he gets killed, the Templars interject and intercept him, and they take him to their lair. And of course, Abstergo, the company from Assassin's Creed 1, is the case of this. And Jeremy Irons and his daughter, what is her name? I can never say it. Marion Kadar. I never get her name right, no matter how much I try. She essentially plays the Kristen Bell character and is convinced that she can go into Michael Fassbender's past and see where the Apple of Eden is. Again, this is the exact same plot of Assassin's Creed 1. You have Desmond being captured by Abstergo, using him in the Animus to go ahead and see, you know, what's in his past in regards to where the apple is. This is where it starts to get kind of muddy. So, first off, the Animus in this film is essentially GLaDOS. I kid you not, it looks like GLaDOS that attaches you at the waist, and it's supposed to give the idea that you as the person in the Animus are going to be jumping around, climbing buildings, killing guys, so on and so forth, and what they're doing is being projected in the world so everyone around them can see them in a 3D space. Kind of a cool concept, does not work in this movie. The Matrix is kind of the inspiration, I believe, for kind of the sitting in the chair situation of the Animus. Just stick with that. You can cut to certain shots of characters reacting, understanding, all that fun stuff, but There's no need to have this physical Animus thing. I guess it's them trying to change it to make it more appealing to filmgoers. I get it, but doesn't quite make sense. The second misstep in this is that we spend a lot of the film in the present day, and I mean almost the entire film. Assassin's Creed has always been about the era in which the assassin is in. Altair in the Holy Crusade, Ezio in the Italian Renaissance, Connor in the American Revolutionary War. So the thing about Assassin's Creed is that you're in these old school environments, you're in that time, you're in that era, and you're getting to know why the assassin has the drive to be an assassin. Ezio is the perfect idea for a hero. You have this young Italian smarmy 18-year-old, 19-year-old man who's charming and wants to sleep with ladies and be this kind of like, you know, playboy kind of guy. But then, spoiler for Assassin's Creed 2 if you've not played the game, his whole family gets murdered. He loses everything, and he's forced to take on the responsibility of his father. And his father just so happens to be heavily involved with the Assassin's Guild. And so Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations, we spend a lot of time with Ezio learning who he is and going from a young man who's just trying to be suave to losing everything to rebuilding the legacy of his father and really trying to protect the future of the world. And it all kind of ties back to the Apple of Eden, the staff, and all those crazy things. In Assassin's Creed the film, Aguilar is not even a character who really talks that much. We don't get to spend any time with Michael Fassbender as Aguilar. Really, we don't. His assassin lady friend who's in the movie, don't really get to know her at all either. We just know that these assassins, the two of them and a few of their friends, are going out on this journey to get the Apple of Eden. It's not really that important to the characters themselves because we have no characters. In between the film, from the part where they capture Cal to the part where he breaks free, they have this whole storyline of, hey, people who go in the Animus go crazy, which is from the game. That is a reasonable thing. But they're convinced that if he goes in unwillingly that he's going to lose his mind. So they spend a lot of time with Cal, this character who is upset that his mother got killed by his father, upset by the fact that he killed people and is now being put to death, but is now not being put to death because he works for the assassins now, or works for Abstergo to find his past. And it's just kind of like, why is this character here? Why is he having any driven motivation other than they're going to kill him? And in the film, they have the side plot of, oh, hey, Cal, we have your father too. Don't you want to kill him? In fact, they have all of the assassins around Cal, or Michael Fassbender, and they know the future of what they want from these characters. So throughout the whole movie, we have this Cal character who is focused on really kind of avoiding his father, maybe wanting to kill his father because of what he did to his mother. And then we find out that this mother wanted to be killed. She had her own husband take her life. And in the final moments of when Cal and Aguilar find the Apple of Eden, and they know, and Abstergo knows where it is, you have the revolutionary fight of Cal breaks out with all of his assassins' friends, and he learns about the assassins, and he's spoken to by all the assassins. And then they go and they stop Jeremy Irons, and that's the movie. Visually, this movie is actually really solid. You have great visuals that harken back to the game. You have a lot of cool, interesting shots. But once again, we spend so much time in the present that we don't really get to feel the atmosphere or the lore of the Spanish Inquisition. I could care less about Aguilar, his friend, or any of the assassins, let alone the evil-ass Pope in the movie. We end up kind of caring more about Cal and Marion Codar's character and Jeremy Irons, but they barely even talk to one another, let alone have this inciting incident of this is why we need the apple. So kind of the takeaway is, this game does Assassin's Creed quite well, but it didn't translate at all to the film. Altair would not have been a good place to start either. He's kind of one note, and he kind of ends up demolishing within the Assassin's establishment during the Holy Crusades. But Ezio is the perfect person to do this. In my opinion, and this is what you guys can say at home, if I was making this movie, if this was me directing it, writing it, producing it, this is what I would have loved to have done. I would have made the entire film a period piece. It takes place in this era at this specific time, at this specific moment. Italian Renaissance, American Revolutionary War, whatever. Then you take a character in Ezio, a Connor, or whoever, and you give them stakes. You give them a reason to care as an assassin. It's one thing if we care about our hero if he's trying to save the world. It's another when that character has a personal struggle to overcome. If the villain of the film not only wants world domination, but also did something specifically horrible to our protagonist, antagonist conflict. So you take this assassin, you give him a great backstory, you give him conflict, you give him his ups, his downs. He's not going to be a great assassin right away. Let's see him assassinate people. That's the other thing that didn't take place in this movie. We had no targets. Assassin's Creed is all about you get the hit, you go for the target, and there's a reason as to why. When you kill him, rest in peace. Tell me the information of what I need. In this one, it's kind of quickly capoeira, kill everyone and move on. Anyways, back to my version of Assassin's Creed. So you have this character, you give him stakes, you give him a drive, a reason to become an assassin. You show him failing at being an assassin, you show him succeeding at being an assassin. You don't need a love interest, you don't need to give him any kind of damsel in distress situation. You focus in on the conflict of what he wants. Is it revenge? Is it pure genuine change to save the world? Is it finding out that the assassins aren't as good as they seem? Either way, we need to give our character stakes, relate to them, and figure out how they're going to grow. So that at the end of the film, when we kill this person or when we don't kill this person, we have an emotional connection. This all seems really weird to you guys maybe, but this is basic filmmaking 101 stuff. And then what about the Animus, Jirard? What about the present day stuff? Easy peasy. For those fans of the Assassin's Creed universe, we don't need to be told about Abstergo. We don't need to be told about the Animus. We don't need to be told about the Apple of Eden or anything like that. All we have to do is bond with the assassin, show him everything that's going on, and at the end of the film, do the big reveal. Do the 180 of, why is this character hearing voices? Why is he kind of going crazy? Why is he seeing things mess up? And at the end, when he gets the Apple of Eden, when he finally conquers it, it cuts to him getting yanked out of the Animus. And what is revealed is Abstergo, and the Apple of Eden, and the prison that he's in, and that's the whole situation. So that people who don't know Assassin's Creed, they see the big reveal and the twist. And a lot of you are going to say, Jirard, that doesn't work. And to which I say to you, Westworld. Westworld did this. Well, not the whole season, but they played to that strength. So that the fans of the Assassin's Creed, fans of Assassin's Creed can identify with this whole situation, and newcomers don't have to be bogged down by what the fuck is Abstergo? Why are there these weird things happening? The third act is the assassin goes on a full arc and he fails or succeeds, and we find out where the apple is. And then we reveal the big reveal of Abstergo and the overall plot, and oh my god, this guy is actually held prison. That's the other thing. This entire film, they say the Apple of Eden like 50 goddamn times. To the point when they actually get the Apple of Eden, guess what? They don't even show what the fuck it does. As an Assassin's Creed fan, you know what the apple does. In the film, you have no idea what it does. The movie ends with like Jeremy Iron like holding the apple and being like, truth, we found truth. The truth is here in this apple. And all the Templars are like, yes, yes, yes. It's like, come on. What does it do? If you're going to showcase this McGuffin as the thing that rules this film, show us more than, well, it bears the secrets of truth. Anyways, I've said a lot about the movie. I ruined it for a lot of you guys. I don't know if you agree with me. You can argue with me in the comments below. I just feel that if they're going to make this movie, they can dumb it down. They really could have dumbed it down. Instead, they went in the opposite direction. Focusing on Abstergo and the Apple of Eden and the villains there is not enough. Is it the best video game movie we've seen so far? Yes, it is. It's got great camera work. It's got pretty good acting. It looks pretty. But this is the same issue that Batman vs. Superman had. The issue is, it looks great. It's well directed. It's well acted. But the minute these actors open their mouths and the plot unfolds, it's just kind of word vomit. And none of it adds up. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot about Assassin's Creed the past few days, and it really makes me sad. Because now it's going to assume that because this film probably is going to bomb in the States, but it probably will succeed internationally, that we're not going to know as a consumer what we want. We know what we want, but this movie was not made for us. It was made for the general public with the intention of drawing us to go see it. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what yours are in the comments below. A lot of you can say you hate me. A lot of you can say you liked it. I don't know. We can fight about it all we want, but you know what? At the very end of the day, we have an Assassin's Creed movie. Is it great? That's for you to decide. I disagree. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I've been Jirard. The Battle Score will come back soon. We're going to have one more for the end of the year, and then we're going to kind of retool the show a bit, make it more mainstream, make it more fun, make it more producible, because it's very hard to make every week. That's it. That's all. I love you guys. Have an incredible weekend. Have a great Christmas, holiday, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you on Monday for the podcast. Bye-bye.